From high atop Scott's social media studios in the heart of the Cedar City, just outside of America's Music City, this is SEC Football Review with your hosts, Jared Scott and Michael Clay. Take it away, Michael.
What's happening, Jared?
Another exciting week, although somewhat heartbreaking and disappointing for those of us who are Tennessee fans. Been a little brutal.
Yeah. I'm not a Tennessee fan, so
I know it.
I'm sorry for you.
I know it.
Show 11.
Show 11.
Double bacon. The double bacon show.
Double bacon.
Yeah.
Double bacon.
Oh, the audience. You got to get them fired up.
Oh, man, you got them going already.
That's right. Yeah.
Kind of early, isn't it? Jeez, you already got them going?
That's what you got to do sometimes, man. Hit them early, get them into the show, and let's go.
Well, and it is a different bat date and bat time. It was the same bat channel, but it's different. It's the same bat channel, just a different bat time.
Yep, different bat time.
Yep.
It's Wednesday. We had schedule conflict. Works out better tonight. Probably going to be the same next week, right?
It's okay. You know, regardless of what day it is, we are still champions.
I am the champion.
That's right. But I think you totally missed my special note for the people watching next week, same time. Same time. You skipped right over it.
Oh, yeah, we're going to try to do the same time next week.
Yeah.
Oh, you were doing a lead in.
Yeah, I was trying to be professional.
You're trying to be professional and lead in, and, you know.
Uh-oh, that deserves a... Got me a boo button.
I know it. I'm worried that I shouldn't have given you that boo button.
Ooh, look at them. They're mad because you...
I am worried that I shouldn't have given you that boo button.
Nah, that's fun. That's what you get for being unprofessional. You get booed.
Well, this is going to be a different show this week and next week because we are doing Wednesday night instead of our regular Thursday night. I've got a family commitment with one of my kids in a play this week, and then next week we both got family commitments.
Yeah, I'd say because everyone does.
Everyone has family commitments.
Yeah, Thanksgiving, and we kind of got going. We're preparing for Thanksgiving. Your wife had some nice toast with tomato jelly.
Yeah.
We pigged out before the show started.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, the wife has got a huge...
eggnog.
Our moose mugs. Our National Lampoon's moose mugs. We're getting into the season already.
So, yeah, we're getting ready for the holidays.
Favorite Kroger eggnog. Delish.
Yeah, no, that's good stuff. Good stuff.
And so we're kind of already in the season. A little early, I guess, but that's okay.
Yeah. No.
It's always a good time when eggnog hits the shelves.
Yeah. You know, when that's holiday time.
That's right.
Christmas, Thanksgiving. Yeah, last week was good. You were disappointed as a UT fan. I was disappointed as a boxing fan. The Tyson-Paul fight was not very good.
Yeah, that was a little awkward, wasn't it?
Did you watch?
I've seen some clips.
Yeah.
And the whole bowing at the end, that was a little weird.
Yeah, that was him, I guess, paying his respects.
Paying homage?
Yeah, and not in,
Instead of knocking him out?
Yeah.
Let me just bend over and kiss your butt instead?
Yeah. And I think, I still have mixed feelings if it was... a
money grab?
Yeah.
Yeah, just a big money grab.
I think it was a little bit.
Well, what was the whole deal about the suspension?
Oh, I think that was, yeah.
Is that another publicity stunt?
It had nothing to do. It was something the Texas Boxing Commission was going to do, or did. It had nothing to do with them doing anything in the fight, I don't think. I read just a little bit.
Is it because the commission says you just did a money grab?
Probably.
You didn't actually have a real boxing match?
Yeah, but I do think, like the first round, Tyson come out, and you think, oh, he's going to get him. But then and even the second round, after that, the third through the eighth round, he looked old.
Well, he's 58, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I
And
feel
it looked
old.
like Paul could have
how old are you now?
40. Good question.
You got to do the math. Me too.
40,
Don't worry,
I'm
it's okay.
46, yeah. I was going to say 47, but
I think I already turned 47. But anyway, regardless, I feel old already.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't imagine feeling how it's going to feel 10 years from now.
oh, I know.
Oh,
Good
it's going to
gosh.
be brutal. It's going to be brutal.
Yeah.
And so I can't imagine like normal life 10 years from now, much less getting into a boxing match with somebody that's what? I mean, Jake Paul's what?
31 years. He was 27, or he is 27.
Yeah. So
It's crazy.
that's nuts. And so anyway, I don't know what, but it seemed like somebody told me that the women's match was great.
It was very good. That match before theirs, the women's was great, and then the one before that, two guys.
Was that the Azteca?
I believe
Came out in the Aztec outfit?
I think so. Yes, yeah.
I just
That
saw
was
the
him.
intro for that.
No, that was him. Yeah, and that was a great match.
I'm sure those folks are like, hey, this is my opportunity.
Well, that actually was a title fight.
Oh, it
That
was?
a real, yeah, and then the women's was a title fight. So they were,
Oh, so those were legitimate
yeah,
matches.
those were legit.
And then the Tyson Jake Paul
Yeah, it
thing
was
was just a
just-
promo
yeah.
to get people to watch the title
So
matches.
yeah, and so that fight was a letdown. But the first two, you're like, okay, at least that's worth tuning in. And then Netflix did, in my opinion, like I don't know if they got overwhelmed and didn't realize.
Oh, were they having data issues?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as the fight got closer,
There was
was just-
something else that was live that happened like that, where they had data issues and you couldn't get the feed or whatever.
yeah, it would just kind of, it'd start buffering.
You just get that many people trying to download stuff
Yeah.
and watch live stream.
And then they advertised that,
You know, kind of like our show.
yeah,
All these people
yeah.
trying to live stream
Oh,
our
I
show
know.
is just bogging down all the servers at YouTube.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know how it feels.
If only we had that problem with Michael.
Oh man, that'd be great.
It'd be great. I was
But-
just thinking about that. I ended up listening to another podcast today, and Michael and I kind of talked about it. I'm not going to mention the other podcast because I'm not trying to promote anybody, but I'm just sitting here thinking, man,
Way more advanced than we are.
way more
Yeah.
sophisticated, right? I mean, we're just two good
Well-
old boys trying to talk some trash,
But-
and they're actually analyzing all the details.
Oh yeah. Well, and then they just have a lot more money backing them.
That's right.
But rightfully so.
Cash money.
Yeah, I
Cash
know.
money.
Good for them. is
I gotta
what
have another
say.
sip of my eggnog.
But yeah, I think I'm out. That's good stuff.
Okay, so where do we want to start tonight? Because I think you and I were kind of touching on maybe even starting this way.
Yeah, since it's getting closer.
I mean, we're starting to get close to that magical moment, right? Where we start looking at that football playoff, right? And so the big show happened, and Michael, I think based on what we talked about, you were not aware that the ESPN analysts got into an argument
no.
on live TV on the release of this bracket.
Yeah, which would have been last night, right?
Yeah.
Tuesdays when they release it each week.
Oh yeah, and like it was like almost like a knockdown drag out. Like they were cutting each other off and screaming at each other, and I'm
Like
like,
the
what in the world?
commentators?
Yes.
Huh. Do you remember their like? Are they popular? I mean.
Oh yeah, these
Yeah,
are
yeah,
like
yeah.
mainstream commentators. Yeah.
Yeah. What was the main?
So ESPN has been brought together to do this release show.
Yeah.
Right? And so when they do the release show, the committee effectively, and from my understanding, the committee is not releasing the bracket. The committee is releasing a ranking. And the assumption is that the highest team
You got to pay attention. Yeah.
is going to be the champion. That's just the assumption.
Because I watched
So when they put it into the bracket,
the first one they did 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago,
yeah, I didn't watch that one.
and it's
They show the rank,
the way that
and
then
then the analysts have to put together piece together the puzzle.
yeah, because they rank them, but that doesn't mean that's how they're seeded. Right.
Well, and then
yeah.
they're sitting there arguing about strength of schedule and
Yeah.
like all these things. I'm sitting here thinking, well, this is a lot better actually than what we used to have.
Yeah. Well, and that's what the fun part, like last week we talked about that coffee guy that posted, he obviously a Georgia fan, or George. He might be a commentator in something. I don't know. He had a blue check mark. So,
Yeah, you have to
remember
pay for the
that?
blue check mark now.
Oh,
I don't know if
okay.
you're aware of that.
No.
So anybody can have a. We can have a blue check mark.
Okay.
We just have to pay a monthly fee to Elon Musk for that. So, thank you, Elon.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's what makes the playoff great. Is it creates talk. It creates banter back and forth, and my team should be. Everybody. It almost like everybody wants to. Oh, I got cheated. I got left out, and they want. And then others are like, well, that's your problem. My team's in. Like, it just creates so much, like, talk.
Well, there's so many more opportunities now, right? Mm-hmm. And so that opens the door for all that debate, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think it's exciting.
No, it's great. This year, I mean, I've always been into college football, but maybe because it was new and it's different, it has been a fun year so far. And you still got 2 more weeks as we get close to really nailing it down. Oh, I know who that is. That's my cousin Eric.
Penelope?
Yeah, well, he's using his daughter's sign-in name.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, I was like, yeah, no, that's him. 'Cause he said he was going to listen, but he was like, hey, send me the link. I have to pick her up from dance. And so he's probably watching from YouTube Kids or something. So Eric, we see your chat. We see you've entered.
We got you entering the chat. Thank you very much for joining us, my brother. Penelope.
That's funny. Yeah. Call him P.
Call it P.
Actually,
Let's go P. Flies open. Let's go P.
yeah. He's awesome.
You know the story about that, don't you?
Yeah, Austin P.
Did you know there was a player named Fly?
Yeah, that he played for them, right?
Played for Austin P.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
So for those of you in the audience, and maybe there's some folks that aren't from the Middle Tennessee area, I don't know, but Austin P is a university. It is a university because it's a 4-year, right? And it's in the Middle Tennessee area, actually more specifically in the Clarksville area, near the base. Oh, you did?
Yep.
I didn't know you went to Austin P for a year.
Me and T-Bone were roommates.
Oh, T-Bone.
And then we both were like, yeah, college not us. We did 1 year. All we did was go
So then
play
you guys were at the games chanting, "Flies open, let's go pee."
No, he wasn't there then. We were there when Bubba Wells was there, and dude, he was awesome. He went
Bubba
pro
Wells,
too.
huh?
Dallas Mavericks drafted him.
Now you got me curious. You know how this is. I'm
And,
going to start racing
dude,
down the rabbit holes.
Yeah. So what's cool about that is that was the time when Tiger Woods was getting big, and he had the commercial out that it was like, "I'm Tiger Woods. I'm Tiger Woods." It'd show all these people saying they're Tiger Woods. So
Bubba Wells is an American basketball coach. Bubba Wells.
Yeah.
This is the same Bubba
Austin
Wells.
P. Yep. 100%.
So where's he a coach at now?
I don't know.
He's a coach for the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, that's who drafted him. No, that's who drafted him.
He was on the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah, dude.
Did you know him?
He
was the coach at Austin P from 05 to 15.
Assistant coach.
SIU Edwardsville.
Yeah, Southern Illinois.
Assistant. Okay,
yeah,
I see that.
Assistant. Dude, he was so good. Even though it was a small school, and like I said, he got drafted. He only played a couple years maybe, but
97, 98 Dallas Mavericks.
yeah. But we would watch him.
No picture of Bubba.
Yeah, it had him dunking up there.
Yeah, but no picture on his wiki.
no.
We need to get it. We need to add a picture of it.
He's from Kentucky.
You got to be special to add things to wiki. I don't know if you know that or not.
Yeah.
But,
Fly Williams was the guy. B12 Sully
Fly Williams
commented it was Fly Williams.
Yeah. So Flies open, let's go P was the chant because they're Austin P, and the chant regularly is let's go P.
Let's go P, yeah.
But Fly was playing on the basketball team, and he would get open, or they wanted him to get open, so
Yeah.
they'd go Flies open, let's go P.
That's
That's
awesome.
great.
Yeah.
One of the best phrases ever in any sport.
Yeah.
Any sport ever. If I could be at that game and chant "Flies open, let's go pee,"
Oh, that'd be
that's
great.
legendary.
Yeah, yeah. No, that'd be great. So they played at Vandy one year back in the 80s, I think. My dad, we went. And in the Vandy student section, like Austin Peay fans or cheerleaders would say, "Let's go pee." And whenever they started that chant, the student section had a sign that said bathroom with an arrow that way. I mean, it's fun for everybody, right?
great.
The people to chant it and then the opposing team to make fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's what's another good thing about sports. Cool nicknames. You know their nickname, though, don't you?
Aren't they the Governors?
The Governors. Yeah.
The Governors. Yeah.
Yeah. I like to say it that way.
The Governors.
Hey, Governor.
Hey, Governor.
Yeah. Makes me feel fancy.
So Michael, just kind of doing a quick flashback. I know we really should be talking about football, but this has
Yeah.
got me curious. So you did a year at Austin Peay.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, is that when you did your adventure with Nate?
No. Oh, no. So that would have been 97. Come back home. Was still working for House Calls Pizza. Then got a job
Old Eddie.
at a warehouse.
Eddie, you need to watch our show,
Yeah.
man. Eddie needs to
He's
watch our
still
show.
around.
I saw he posted something on my Facebook the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw him pop up on
Yeah.
my Facebook.
So
He and I are Facebook friends. I got
am
the
too, I believe,
got the
yeah.
cool friends. Like,
yeah, no, I have Eddie. You're not cool. You're not cooler than me. So
That thing had 9 lives. She just
just
spent
spin them all. Yes.
Yeah, you like that one?
Yeah, some new ones you're gonna spring on me.
So
like
I brought Michael some new sounds for today, and so he's getting some surprises as we go throughout the show. So
worked at a warehouse for a year and a half, and then started at the water company, and was there for 3.5. And Nate then started about a year before we left.
so did Nate go to Austin Peay too?
No.
Did he go to middle?
No, he didn't go anywhere. He went to Vol State. He's got a joke about community college.
So he went to Vol State for a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, my kids are all getting
Not
Vol
long.
State free rides. So the new
Yeah.
T and Promise
I
deal
was
is
gonna
where it's
say
at.
that, yeah, the lottery.
Yeah, lottery scholarships, man.
Yeah.
It's Hope Promise or T and I don't know the exact terminology,
Yeah,
but
I don't know. Yeah.
you get if you're in Tennessee and you get good enough grades, you get a
Yeah.
free college. So
oh, yeah. And 2
it's a sweet
years to
deal.
knock out some stuff there. at
knock
Vol
out 2
State.
years and transfer to a
yeah.
4-year. That's the way to go.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yep.
All right. Do we want to try to get a little bit of college football in?
I wanted to hear
Talk.
more of your story, but I think we got it all,
Oh, yeah.
at least for today.
Yeah.
At least for the day.
Nate's taping
Oh.
a Christmas special tomorrow night.
Oh, he
Grand
is.
Ole Opry. Speaking of him, yeah.
Well, I'm out of eggnog, so my second sound effect is now going to take effect.
There you go from eggnog to blue ribbon. That's awesome.
Blue Ribbon, baby.
Uh-oh.
Eggnog to PBR.
Oh, that
Eggnog to
went off.
PBR. What happened?
Just the song went off, and I thought everything it got quiet. I was like, "What happened?" Yeah, that's like an old man move. That's classic. I like
Classic.
that. Like
Classic.
I'm done with eggnog, gonna finish with some beer
Finished with the PBR.
with a blue ribbon.
Okay, so let's start talking some football. Going
Yeah.
back to what we were talking about with the college football playoff. One of the things, and I don't know if Reagan and Jason are going to join us or not, but I've been getting worn out by then because Jason is the huge Notre Dame fan that keeps coming into our chat wanting
fine.
to talk about Notre Dame because you know what? Notre Dame doesn't have a conference to talk about.
Yeah.
So too bad for them. They can try to seep off of our conference information. And guess what? He thinks that now that the seed has happened, where Alabama is expected to play at Notre Dame, he thinks that
Yeah.
Alabama is going to show up at Notre Dame and they're going to freeze to death and somehow lose.
Yeah,
So-
I don't. If you're hoping that the cold weather plays a part and helps you maybe win, you don't have much hope in your team. If you're banking on being cold, I'd die if like it was a warm spell that Saturday. It's like 55, 60 degrees. sun.
PBR versus Rolling Rock. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's a classic.
That's a classic too.
I like Rolling Rock.
PBR versus Rolling Rock. You pick Rolling Rock, huh?
Yeah. So well, and some old men that mean a lot to me drank both of those. So that's a hard choice. I don't want to favor either one.
You get in trouble.
Yeah. That's a good question.
Good question. I might have to go with PBR because that's what Papa had in his refrigerator. Remember
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Multi-shelf PBR.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Rolling Rock tastes better if I had to choose.
Bobby says PBR all day, baby.
Yeah, I know it.
I don't know what the price point is on Rolling Rock. Isn't Rolling Rock more expensive?
Yeah, it's a little more.
You see my
It's a little classier.
My wallet's screaming at the classiness.
Yeah.
The redneck in me.
Here's the 411, folks. Say some gangster is dissing your fly girl.
What
Just
is
give
that?
him one of these.
Just give him one of these.
Yeah.
Give him a PBR.
There
Just
you
give
go.
him one of
Yeah.
these.
Oh, that's funny. That's good stuff. So, yeah, the college football playoff, it's out. It's interesting. I doubt, obviously it's going to change, right? 2 more weeks for sure.
A lot of big games still to come, right? Indiana and Ohio State are both in this bracket.
Yeah.
They're coming up.
And you say if Indiana loses, they'll drop out.
Yeah, I mean, so a lot of these statisticians say that that's not going to happen. But if you look at Indiana's schedule,
Yeah, I could see it.
I could see
it.
them falling out.
I do because it's somebody different. I do like
Indiana in the mix?
being in there. Yeah.
And if Indiana slaughters Ohio State,
That would be great. And I think Ohio State might drop, to be honest. Now, I don't think the playoff people, the committee, would do it because they, just like Alabama, that's money. That's brand.
they want that exposure.
But you lose, I don't know.
Some of the biggest brands to watch: Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia.
Yeah.
I mean, Penn State's got a big following. Texas
Yeah.
got a big following, right? If you look, it's the who's who. Oregon, right?
Yeah.
All teams that have got massive viewing audiences.
But right now, legitimately, I mean, Oregon deserves to be in. Texas.
I don't know about Texas.
Yeah.
We'll see whether
What do you
Texas
mean?
deserves to be in when they play Texas A&M.
Oh, I think.
And we'll talk about spreads here in a little bit. I think
Yeah.
you're going to be in shock. Have you seen the spreads already yet?
Briefly.
Okay, well, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I don't know if I paid a lot of attention. I just briefly.
Some surprises today.
Yeah.
I kind of previewed. I shouldn't have, I guess.
Well, no, that's what we do.
That's what we do.
this show is, or that's what we're supposed to.
I guess that's what we're supposed to. The preview part of it is not what we're supposed to. I think we're supposed to be shock and all. Shock and all. Speaking of
Yeah, you're shocking all. Your predictions are done.
shock and all, Jared the failure here. Actually, let's talk about Jared the winner and Jared the failure in 2 different
Oh
categories.
yeah, we do.
Should we start with my failure or should we start with my winnings?
Let's get the good news and then bring you down. So, our picks this week. Somebody asked if I could post them sooner.
Did you
Figured
post
out
them
an
on?
easier
Yeah,
way.
I think we got
posted
it
them
set up
Monday.
now.
Yeah.
Oh, you did. You've
yeah,
already
I
got them
posted
posted.
Monday. Put them out there.
Made
and
sure there
then-
was no cheaters, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cheater,
I
cheater,
looked-
pumpkin eaters.
So the good thing is,
So just so you know, we can track your IP and track when you did the survey.
Yeah,
so
I
if you
can
do
see
the
the
survey
time.
after the first game, we know and
Yeah.
we disqualify you.
yeah,
so
that's right.
no cheating.
So Jared again. This is what is this 4 or 5? I think it may be 5 because
You know why?
I don't know. You're calling vague. I think you're
It's
in.
my PBR. The power of PBR.
Boo, so Jared again at 6-2. Towns come in. I think this is one of the best times he's had. 5-3. I got out of the cellar. I went from 1-5 last week to 4-4. So I feel good. And then Reagan, he's coming back around after Alabama's
Yeah,
winning.
Reagan, glad
now.
to have you back now that
Yeah.
Alabama's winning.
But hey, we'll take it. We need you around.
We need you
picking.
around.
Yeah. Jason Hood, 2 solid weeks. After like the first 3 weeks, he went like 1 and something.
He's making a comeback.
Yeah. He's got 2 500 weeks in a row. And then Blank shows back up this week.
I wonder
Is he
who
on there
Blank
somewhere?
is.
Yeah, look, a couple weeks ago, he was 2nd.
Yeah, Blank versus Santa.
Yeah.
Kind of disappointed that we don't have our boy Derek Mason picking again.
Yeah, he showed up one time. Is he still on the board? Or
I guess
we
Derek's
moved him?
not watching our show anymore after we bashed him so
Well,
much.
yeah, and you go 3-4 in our picks. You don't show back up.
That's why Santa didn't come back, because they
Yeah.
went 2-4.
B12 Sully, 3-5. Daryl Tedros called in before. He went 3-5, and
On.
he was 2-4 last week. That's no.
He's
nothing
got a
to brag
consistent pattern here.
about. Yeah, the only thing he's got is a free ticket to Vegas.
Free tickets.
Yeah, they'll pay-
and free meals.
They're like, here,
And
we'll
free room
feed
and
you.
board.
Yeah.
You just stay here and keep
Yeah.
spending money.
That's right. Keep losing.
Yeah, keep losing. So speaking of losing, this
Talk
is
about
painful.
Last week. Yeah.
This is painful. So, when we talk about relevant games, I think we were going to save this one for a little bit later, but it kind of ties into my winning statistically, but mine not winning emotionally.
Are you sick or is that
No.
a cry?
No, I'm just fake crying.
All right.
Okay, so for 2 weeks in a row now, my teams, although I've statistically done better, I guess,
Yeah.
my emotional well-being has not been intact.
Oh, yeah.
Because Vandy let me down, right? Remember I said Vandy covers everything for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Let me down. And then Tennessee, not only did they not make it, like they didn't even make it close. Now, first half looked good, I thought.
Yeah.
But then they just couldn't figure out how to do anything after halftime.
Yeah, I don't know if that was Georgia making an adjustment
Gotta
or
be.
yeah, because it was 17-17 at halftime, and then they couldn't score. They couldn't do anything after halftime. Now, what was it? Well, I guess the two bad calls were on defense, so that didn't slow them down as far as offensively. But
That one call where they didn't call it a fumble, they called it a forward pass. I struggled with that one because it looked like a handoff to me.
see, I was watching it, but I was at a
So you didn't get to really.
We were watching, but it also was like I wouldn't say a party, a get together. T-Bone had some people over, and we started playing games, but we had it on. So I don't know if I remember that part.
You were too beveraged.
No, we were just playing
Oh, focused on other
table
things.
games and had it on, but
So T-Bone's
Distracted.
hosting a party, huh?
yeah, he did. Yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
T-Bone hosted a Tennessee party and then didn't watch the game.
Oh, so Eric, getting back to the playoff talk, he says if Indiana keeps it close, they're still in. The
I can
playoff.
see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Because, I mean, that'd be their only loss into a top team.
Top
Top 5, 4, 3.
Is Ohio State number 2 right now? I think something like that.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's very possible.
Well, and looking at the other big games, right?
But yeah, hold
You
on.
want to hang on that one?
Did I have something? I thought there was.
I thought you said you had a statistic.
It's not this game. It's another game down the road. I thought I had something, but I don't. Other than Georgia shut them down in the second half.
I don't know what I did with. Maybe it's on my phone. Give me just a second.
Yeah, Sam. One. I think it's 21 on the year.
That I think things I wanted to talk.
Yeah.
So I
But-
saw some interesting stats when I was watching some. These are going to be a little old because I think this was from a couple weeks ago. This wasn't this past week.
Okay.
But they were talking about when it came to Ole Miss, and you remember I was talking about
Yeah, you
Ole
could.
Miss and Tennessee stats,
Mhm.
and so one of the big stats was Jackson Dart's total yardage for the season. Well, the other day, Jackson Dart beat the in-game record held
Single
by
game.
Archie Manning.
Oh,
A 1969 record held by Archie Manning, 540 yards in a game. Jackson Dart got 562 and beat the all-time
wow.
single game record for. Now, this is old,
Yeah.
but it's still Archie Manning. And there was some like special note. He sent him a note. Congratulating Archie did.
Really?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
cool. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
no, that's
It
cool.
was a big.
Yeah,
and
that's
then I
real cool.
also was looking at. You remember you.
Yeah.
So, players to rush get rushing touchdowns in each of the first 8 games of the season in SEC history. Okay, I'm gonna have you get.
All right.
And anybody who wants to jump in the chat with us.
I don't know if you
Did we lose everybody all of a sudden?
I don't know if you on your phone slowed down the video or what. I'm serious.
I'm not getting on the internet. This is a picture on my phone. I'm not on the internet.
I don't know.
Okay, so what? Well, and one of these I didn't know. So, but one of these you're definitely gonna know.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give you a hint.
What was the question again?
So this is rushing touchdowns in each of the first games of a season in SEC history. There's only who have done this. All of SEC history.
All right.
Only 3 players have done this.
Bo Jackson.
That would be a good guess, but that is not one of them.
Herschel Walker.
Nope. This player used to be a Tennessee Titan.
Henry.
Derrick Henry. We did it at Alabama.
Yeah.
In 2015.
And I'm guessing Dylan Sampson did it this year.
Leonard Fournette.
I played at LSU.
Played at LSU, did it in 2015 as well.
Played for the Jaguars.
And Dylan Sampson in 2024.
Yeah.
That's some pretty elite.
Yeah. That's an elite stat and an elite company. 3 people, he's the third one to do it.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep.
That's
and
really crazy.
And that kind of goes in line, and I couldn't find, looked trying to find the total offensive stats that I was talking about.
Yeah.
It was like total rushing yards and it's funny because those games for Tennessee, offensive line, I've never seen them perform like that. Like Tennessee couldn't get to the quarterback at all.
Yeah, they shut
down the Tennessee defense.
They did. And
I mean, I'm not just talking about the 4-man rush. They shut down all their rushes.
Yeah. Well, quick throws. I think they adjusted back. They had him throwing some quick throws to kind of.
And that was the adjustments that happened in the second that secured it for him.
Yeah. So, and then if you can't score though, because it wasn't like they went on this scoring run. They just scored 2, 1 touchdown in the third and 1 touchdown in the fourth. And then if you don't score at all, then you're not going to win. So I was trying to read that too, but it said it was good. So, but yeah, it was a decent game. And then what was the other game? I was a little shocked that just the second half was kind of blah. But you're trying to figure out what's going on.
Internet problems.
Oh, yeah.
You know what the real internet problems are?
What?
Everybody in my house on the computer at the same time.
Oh, yeah. It's like Netflix with the Jake Paul Tyson fight.
Oh, it's because everybody's watching their show?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the audience is watching their show?
We got...
We're overwhelming the servers.
Yeah. We got too many walking. Or what? Not walking. Too many whatever. Too many watching. I said walking. I can't talk. I'm trying to read stuff too. But yeah, so then the next game we were going to kind of talk about, I'm going to talk as you do that, was Florida LSU.
I'm going to go check the server room.
Okay. And I'm going to talk a little bit. So Florida LSU was a good game, and then LSU kind of pulled away there. No, I'm sorry. Florida pulled away. It was at Florida, and something that makes me looking forward as a Vandy fan, looking forward to LSU Vandy, as Florida ran all over LSU, and so did Alabama a couple weeks ago. But I think, kind of jumping ahead to this weekend, well, we can talk about it then, but I'm excited for the rush, and LSU is not good against the run. But the interesting thing is Florida, they only had 113 rushing yards, but the time of possession, and I thought this was very interesting. Time of possession, Florida only had the ball 18 minutes and 17 seconds. And LSU had the ball over 41 minutes, but couldn't score, still lost the game, which is, to me, a crazy stat. If you have the ball for over 40 minutes and only score 16 points, something's wrong about that. So that means when Florida had the ball, they produced points whenever they had the ball in that 18 minutes. They averaged, I think, did I write it down? Yeah, they had 113 yards and averaged 6.6 yards a carry. So I don't know if you heard any of that, Jared, but that's for people out there for when they watch later. There we go. I think it's back up.
Kicking people off. I'm gonna start blocking their internet speeds. I'm gonna thin out the herd here.
Yeah, that's not
Get
really
my router to thin them out.
Yeah. Oh, you mean here at home?
Oh, yeah.
Let's kick them off. Look, it went to excellent.
Oh yeah.
It went to excellent now.
I'm telling you right now, I can actually apparently my router will allow me to limit maximum speeds based on what the equipment is in the house that's using
awesome.
They're going to be in for a rude awakening when I switch it. Yeah.
So to kind of fill the dead air, I just threw out my...
You talked through the Florida LSU game?
Yes, and I threw out the one crazy stat of that game I wanted you to hear. And wanted anybody that's going to listen. Bobby says Florida's going to be a tough team to play. I agree. So couldn't score, I guess.
Couldn't convert.
But held the ball, yeah.
Because you figure they got, one touchdown? I think they only got one touchdown the whole game.
And
Everything else is
field goals. Yeah.
You can't win with field goals.
No.
You got to close the deal in the red zone.
And that's what I was saying. We'll get into it when we get to the Vandy LSU game. But LSU's awful against the run. Florida had, it doesn't sound like a lot, but 113 rushing yards. But only in 18 minutes. And they averaged 6 yards a carry.
Wow.
So that's some good stuff for Vandy fans to look at coming up.
Oh, yes. Because they're getting ready to play Vandy. Is that this weekend?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that game in a little bit.
And then I can give you some of Milrose's stats against LSU, too, as we get to that game.
Well, while we're still sorry about the feed problems,
yeah,
I suspect it's because there's people in my household that need to be limited on their data speeds.
But, yeah, we're having some issues.
Too many people trying to access the internet at the same time, likely.
Maybe, yeah.
You know, I tried to get faster speeds with United Fiber, and it caused all my stuff to crash over and over again, so that didn't work very well.
Yeah.
And I actually have a backup connection and everything. So I just got too many people in my house sucking on the data connection. So
well, they need to.
I wonder if I could set us up. I think I can set us up with a dedicated.
We didn't have
I can set us up as a dedicated
last week.
Dedicated connection, I think.
Oh, really?
I may be able to do that.
That would be cool.
Yep. I'll see if I can hook
Get
that
them
up.
out of the house like last week. We didn't have
Kick
this
'em out.
issue. Ran smoothly.
Kick them out. Just kick them
Yeah.
out.
So the next game last week, moving on. If it's kind of spotty, we'll move it on a little bit here. Missouri, South Carolina.
Okay, so this was the one I was excited about
you wanna
because
talk about
Drinky's
this.
bye-bye, right? And, Beamer...
Out of being playoff. Nah, he's not going to lose his job.
No, I'm not saying he's going to lose his
Yeah.
job. I'm saying he's bye-bye in the conversations about the big picture.
Yeah.
And, he was all about, I wish I had that clip again. I didn't record it and put it on the buttons.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's what I forgot to do. I knew there was something I was forgetting to do.
Yeah. That was
So I wanted to get that clip of Drinky saying, "Oh, we're in the playoffs.
Yeah,
we're
we're still in the hunt.
We're still in the hunt for the playoffs."
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't in the hunt for the playoffs no more, Bubba.
No, I think this puts him out.
Yep, he's out of the picture now. And then Beamer, I tell you, South Carolina's playing some of the best ball they played all year. All of a sudden.
Yeah. Now this game was back and forth though, all the way to the end. Like they scored with maybe 3 or 4.
That was a lot of
minutes to go.
scoring going back and forth. I'm just saying, South Carolina's looking better.
No, they're tough. Yeah, they're playing tough too right now.
And speaking of, one of the games that we're going to be basically skipping today
Yeah. So getting to the picks here.
Talking about the picks, when we look at our SEC Football Review pick survey, that pick survey is out there both on Facebook and on the Linktree, secfootballreview.com. But one of the picks that's not included is going to be the South Carolina Wolford game.
And that's because we need a space open for all our questions and picks there.
Oh, there's a little bit more eggnog.
But yeah, so we're going to leave South Carolina and Wofford off. I mean,
so that game's not going to be, and I don't even know that we want to talk about it.
yeah, no,
I mean, South Carolina playing great ball right now,
yeah,
but is a 3-loss SEC team going to make the national picture?
in the playoffs. No,
I would say
they'll
that's a
make
no.
a good bowl game.
Make a great bowl game.
They'll win this game, getting ready for Clemson. I'm sure they'll be very vanilla.
Oh, that'll be an exciting game to watch.
Yeah. I'd say South Carolina wins it by 30 probably.
And I'm trying to think, is Clemson even in the mix for their conference?
Yeah, yeah.
So South Carolina could be a spoiler? Is that how that works?
Yeah, they could. They sure could. Because if Clemson loses one more, then no, it wouldn't necessarily.
There's not conference.
No, it wouldn't spoil because if they get in the conference championship game and win, then they're in.
They're in.
Because they only have one. They have. They're done with conference play. So whatever their conference record is.
They play Citadel and then they play South Carolina.
So I think they had one loss in the conference.
This is ACC, right?
Yeah. The All Coast Conference now. With Cal in there. And Stanford.
So we're going to trademark that so that when they do change the name to all, we can sue them, right?
Yeah. Let's buy all the trademark rights. That's one way to make some money.
Yeah, we need to make some money. So
I think they've lost one. Clemson has in the conference, or have they?
Yeah, they lost one. Yep.
Yeah, they're 8-2 overall.
And then SMU is undefeated, but for some reason I thought SMU was playing somebody coming up.
Yeah, but
they're playing Virginia
and Cal, which I think
both of those are conference games, right?
Yes, yeah. See, and that's what I can't understand. In the playoff picture right now, they still have Miami there. But if Clemson wins out and SMU wins out, they're both in the ACC championship game. And Miami would not be... see, I don't know why they...
Is that because Miami, who did they lose to?
Georgia Tech. That's a conference game.
Interesting.
That's why I can't believe the committee still has them winning the ACC. That makes no sense.
Interesting.
Right? How are they going to be the 3 seed? I mean, the 3 seeds because they won the ACC, but they're not even... They're guessing they're going to win the ACC, right?
Yeah, but how would they win if they're not... How is the ACC going to run into the same problem that the SEC's got, trying to figure out who's going to be in the championship game?
I don't know.
I mean, I've not been following ACC ball, so anybody in our audience that knows, please.
Well, I mean, you're looking at the standings. It doesn't make sense. SMU's leading at 6-0 in the conference. Then Clemson's 7-1, and
no. But what I'm saying is, who's going to play for the conference championship? Is it going to be Clemson or Miami?
I don't know. They'll have a tiebreaker, whatever that is. And we read what the SEC was.
It's complicated as all get out.
Yeah, ridiculous. So,
whatever.
Yeah.
That's going to be a mess. That's going to be a real mess.
Yeah. So.
And SMU, this is their first year in the conference.
Yeah.
Do they even get to play for a conference championship in their first year?
Well, they better.
Who was it? I thought that somebody didn't get to play for a conference championship because it was their first year. Was that Liberty?
Yeah, maybe. No, that was their first year in Division One. They didn't get to play in the bowl
Division
game.
One.
Yeah.
That was the issue.
Play in the bowl
not
game.
the conference.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow, this is an SEC show. I don't even know why we're talking about this.
Well, because
the national championship ramifications are pretty wild and crazy.
Yeah. So South Carolina wins that game. Let's go to the next. Then this is
next
on
one
the
is
picks,
going to be
right?
Yeah. So this is where we start with the picks.
Start picking with us here.
So let me. I'm going to bring up. I don't think I brought up my survey yet.
No,
so
I don't think you did.
For those of you who are new joining us, thank you so much for joining us.
Did you get the survey in? Did you put all of them in?
Yeah, I got all of them.
Oh, okay.
Got them in before you got. Oh, so we're losing bandwidth again.
Dang. So
I wonder if there's
I
an
can write it
internet attack. SECfootballreview.com. And
We're shutting it down because we have so many viewers.
thank you so much for overloading the servers.
Yeah, thanks for watching. So, well, I can write our picks down.
We'll do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, that's right.
Write it down on a piece of paper.
So what's the next UMass? And,
Next game is UMass and
Yeah.
Georgia.
So first game we're gonna pick. If you can go on and pick with us at
Sorry about the stream problems.
yeah.
I'll solve this. I can promise you that.
So first game, Georgia, UMass at Georgia. Probably not a lot to talk about other than it's a 42-point spread. Kind of interesting. It's come down 1.5 points from 43.5 to 42.
That is weird.
Probably because a lot of people are taking Georgia. No, people would be taking UMass.
Yep, which would bring it down.
Which my guess would be because they're thinking Georgia's probably going to take it easy, rest players.
They're not going to go that crazy on them.
Yeah. But
Well, and the thing is I think I'm actually going to I'm going to agree with that. So
Are
I'm
you?
actually going to say Georgia does not cover.
no cover.
Does not cover the spread. So
Okay. I'm going to go cover. Because even if they play like second string, third string guys, guess what?
They're
They
still
get
gonna
out there to
kill 'em.
play. I'm going to go cover. So we probably don't need to waste a lot of time on
No.
that, do we?
Tennessee, UTEP, not sure we need to waste a lot of time here either, although Tennessee looking like they can't move the ball. We'll see if they've lost their mojo in this game.
Sampson, if anything, they'll just give the ball to Sampson every play. He's going to run like he'll run all over them.
Does that mean they're gonna cover here too?
41 and yeah.
41 and a half?
And the reason I say is you look back at the beginning of the year, the teams they played.
Yeah, the little teams, they blew them out, didn't they?
So I say they cover
I'm going to say they cover as well.
because they'll have a bounce.
Because when
back.
it's a nobody, they always blow them out.
Yeah, both cover.
If they could just figure out how to do that against somebody's, then
Because
they
then the big game looms in 2 weeks.
do. Yeah. Vandy.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah, so
All
we've
right.
talked about my split loyalties on that.
I know that'll be interesting too.
Okay, so just to recap, I don't think I had this up on the screen. UMass's spread 42,
Yep.
and I'm going to say that Georgia does not cover
Georgia no cover.
because I don't think they're going to get that
Yeah.
aggressive.
I say cover.
And Michael says cover. And then on UTEP, Tennessee, we're both saying cover.
41.5 cover.
Because
Yep.
Tennessee just likes to go crazy whenever they're against somebody that they don't have to, then it's not going to stop them.
Yeah.
So.
I think so. And other than that, there's not,
Okay, looking at the next real winner of a game. Louisiana Tech, Arkansas. Now, this one shocked me. 22?
Yeah.
Does that
Well-
not shock you?
Why do you think that? Is that too high, you think?
I feel like that Louisiana Tech, they're 4-6. They're not playing SEC ball.
Yeah.
Arkansas is 5-5. If I remember correctly, this is the same team that beat Tennessee, is it not?
No. Louisiana Tech?
No.
Oh, Arkansas beat Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah, blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then. I mean, yeah. Yeah. So you think it should be higher than 22? Is that what you're saying?
I felt like that was low.
I think that's about right.
Do you?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Arkansas doesn't really put up massive amounts of points.
No.
Now you're convincing me otherwise. I was thinking it'd be a cover.
I mean, it may, but it may be your Bob Barker. One maybe 23-point cover.
23.5.
Your stupid half.
Well, it was 22.5. So, I'd have to pick the 23.5 for the Bob Barker.
No, you don't. You'll never learn this stuff.
Okay, so speaking of Louisiana Tech, Arkansas, I'm going to pick the Bob Barker cover, and you are going to do what, Michael?
Oh man, that'll be 3 covered. These are big spreads, but 3 in a row. I'll go cover.
Wait a second. Did you just say you're going to go cover?
Yeah, Arkansas.
No, I'm going to go not cover then.
Oh, you just want to be contrarian.
That's me.
Well, then I'll take no cover. If you
Okay.
said cover at the
I'll say
beginning.
cover, you say no cover. Yep.
Okay, well, that's
I mean, I'm trying to stir the pot here, Michael. This is not trying to be a boar show.
Arkansas.
I don't want it to be a
boar,
snoozer.
And that's a wild boar. Look.
It's a wild boar.
Yeah.
It is.
So you say cover. All
Yep.
right. Are you worried about losing your spot up top for like 5 weeks in a row?
Well, the sad thing is like a lot of these games are irrelevant.
yeah.
And so I sit there and go, man, these huge spreads, it's like a roll in the dice. Like, who knows whether they're going to shoot 50 points in 10 minutes? I mean, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
who knows whether they're going to play their first string for the whole game? I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows whether they've got anything to prove? And is anything going to
Arkansas-
prove anything? I mean,
Arkansas wants to win because they want to get bowl eligible.
well, that's true. But do they want to win by 22?
They better just win, and if you win by 22, good.
No, but what I'm saying is like, we go to do these picks, cover, not cover.
Yeah.
On this huge spread. I don't know.
I think Arkansas is going to play to win, and if that means play the very end,
They're going to blow it out.
yeah,
Okay.
I think.
Was that what we aligned with though? You picked not cover. That's totally against what you just picked.
I know it, but I mean, you want to be contrarian, so. And you called cover first, so I'll give it
that's
to you.
true.
I'm a
That's true.
nice guy.
You're a nice guy.
I like turtles.
You like turtles. That's
Yeah.
why.
All right,
Moving on. Now we're starting to talk about.
now
is this really a
SEC
talk
play.
about SEC play? Maybe, but I don't know. So you were at the Kentucky game. You
yes.
felt like all the Kentucky fans were Debbie Downer.
Yeah.
And I can't remember, did Vandy blow Kentucky out? I don't think they did.
No, it was a touchdown win.
And
but-
and when we look at Kentucky's play, we've had a lot of talk about Stoopy here. Hang on, Stoopy, hang on.
Yeah.
And rumors that he's not going to be around and all this
Yeah.
other stuff.
I think he's gone.
You
but,
think Kentucky's done playing?
Well, I don't know. If they win out, which would be win this game and win maybe, was it Louisville they play at the end of the year? If they do that, then they are bowl eligible. That's about all they have to play for.
Well, are they? So they're not bowl eligible now.
No, they have to win out.
They have to win out these last 2 games.
And that's 2 fairly tough games.
So is that something you think that the players are going to play for? No, that's not. Are they really going to beat Texas though?
No, they're not going to beat Texas. I don't think so. Their offense is too awful.
They can't put points up.
Yeah. Their defense
This was the one that I was like, oh, they bought this quarterback out of Georgia and paid him big bucks. What was his
Vander
name?
something.
Vandersnich.
Yeah, it ain't
Vandersnitchy.
Vandergriff, is it?
Vandergriff. It is Vandergriff.
Yeah, well, Vander not very good. From what I say.
Vander not very good.
Yeah.
Vandergrifter.
Yeah.
Vander loser.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
you're
the
playing
spread's
SEC play, but
20 and a half is the spread. It's at Texas too. So
SEC play, and I'm trying to
Yeah.
think, who has Texas actually played?
they've had
This was the
looking
conversation
back,
we were
they've had one of
having.
the weaker SEC schedules, I think, because you could still say Vanderbilt's there. Florida, Vanderbilt's their biggest one.
Was this the same Florida though? It seemed like this was the Florida that lost 3 quarterbacks.
It was just 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, isn't that the game they lost 3 quarterbacks in?
Oh, maybe. No. That was, I don't know. Maybe it was. I didn't
I
think
thought
so.
that was it. It seemed like that was the game where all three quarterbacks got knocked out, and then Florida all of a sudden started making a comeback, and everybody's like, holy moly, they're coming back on
it
them
was.
with loser quarterbacks.
Well, they didn't make that big of a comeback. They lost 49-17.
Maybe that's not the right game.
No, I don't think it was. I think it was.
The Georgia game.
Yeah.
That was the game.
Yeah, it was the Georgia because Georgia scored the 2 touchdowns in the last 5 minutes of that game. It was 20-20 with about 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, that was the game. Yeah, maybe I'm not.
Reagan says
I'm
you
just-
have a better chance of winning the lottery than Kentucky beating Texas.
Oh, that may be true.
Yeah, I don't know. That's true. I don't think Kentucky's winning.
So I guess I'm going to have to go with Reagan's gut
But
feeling here. But
you're
the thing is
cover
that we're going to
20.
say cover.
Yeah.
I'm going to say not cover. And this is my heart saying I want Texas not to perform.
Yeah, you've been against Texas this whole time.
I've not been a fan of Texas. I've not been,
I've
and when
been
I've
the
watched
opposite.
them play, I've not
Yeah.
been impressed either. You know, they are like treated like they're God's gift to humanity, and
You think so? I don't ever feel that way. I can name several teams.
their
before
strength
them.
of schedule, and they have one
You talking about
loss,
just this year.
but somehow they're still the greatest on the planet. Honestly, I think.
Well, they're the only one-loss SEC team, I believe, still, right?
But their best win is Vandy. Okay, I'm sorry,
It's a
Michael.
good win, dadgummit.
It's not looking so good after the last few Vandy games.
You wait till Vandy goes to Baton Rouge this weekend, Jack.
Well, we'll see. Baton Rouge is not what it is all cut out to be either.
But yeah, 20.5. I don't know.
I don't know that I would put Texas in the same category as Drinky.
Yeah.
I think Drinky was way overrated. We found out that was true. But I'm saying I think Texas is not all that they're cut out to be. They're lost to Georgia.
Yeah.
I think
'cause
Bama.
That's their only big game.
Reagan's going to love this comment. I think
Yeah.
Bama would beat the living daylights out of Texas.
I think if, they're playing better. I don't know if they beat the living daylights, but they right now may beat them. I don't know though.
I think Bama. I think Georgia. And honestly, I think Tennessee would beat them.
No, I don't think Tennessee could score enough. I really don't.
I don't think they could stop Samson's run.
I don't know.
We'll find
I
out
was
soon
hoping-
enough
I was
when they
hoping
face
it would
off against
be-
Texas A&M because I'm going to call that game right now. I think Texas A&M is going to beat them.
All right, I think you're going out on another limb that you're going to fall off of. But
Reagan says that we might see that in the SEC championship game. I'm guessing he's talking about Bama versus Texas.
yeah,
That's
it's true,
possible.
Yeah,
And I think
So-
most analysts have predicted that it's going to be Texas versus Bama in the SEC
Yeah.
championship. So
never know. We'll see.
we'll find out soon enough.
Especially, I mean, with Georgia beating Tennessee, I was hoping it was going to be Texas Tennessee. To be honest with you, I was wanting that.
Well,
matchup.
you know what I picked. You know, my
Yeah.
insane prediction of Tennessee and Ole Miss, and now
Yeah.
all that's
Oh, yeah.
thrown back in my face. So
Because how awesome first year the SEC expanding and it's UT versus UT. That would have been in the SEC.
Oh,
championship
yeah, that
game.
would have been
How
it.
cool would that.
well, the UT versus Texas.
Be? Yeah, but I mean that would have been the talk, and it might have been like, well, whoever wins this game is the real UT. Like that would have been fun to listen and watch.
That would have been an interesting conversation to have.
Yeah.
Reagan wouldn't have liked that though.
No. So this game, let's get our picks in. Eric says Kentucky covers. Part of me wants to think that too.
Now remember, Eric, this is cover not cover based on who's favored.
Yeah,
Texas
yeah,
is
so-
favored. So,
so he
either
would
Texas
say-
covers or Texas does not cover.
So
So,
he
when
would
you
say
fill out your survey, it's cover
Texas.
not cover Texas by 20.5.
Yeah. So he
And
would
I'm going to say
Texas.
Bob Barker one direction to 19.5.
So no cover for Texas.
No cover.
All right.
And Reagan is taking Texas.
I think I will too, to be honest. No.
And this
'cause I
is
don't think
this is coming
Kentucky's
from my
any
heart
good.
here probably. I don't know that it's coming
You
from
said
any
no- yeah.
This is not coming from any data analysis or anything like that. I just don't feel that great about Texas, number one. Number two, I just don't want them to win. So
Yeah.
there you go. That's
Sometimes the heart leads you the wrong way. I don't know if that's a saying. But
I don't know. My heart's been leading pretty good so far. Although I don't think most of my picks up to this point have been heart.
yeah,
The heart picks that I've picked, I've gotten screwed.
Yeah.
So maybe this will be the 1 week where I don't win. So
I'm taking Texas.
I'll take the pain of loss.
because I've seen Kentucky play.
Yeah, you've
They
seen
make
it
too many
firsthand.
mistakes,
Firsthand.
and the offense is just bad.
Yep.
All right. Move on to what Reagan's been hoping and waiting on.
I like turtles.
He likes turtles.
Oh, Reagan. Here we go. All your fun. Now, this is going to be a shocker for a lot of people that Reagan's Alabama is only picked to win by 13.5. The spread has fallen from 14 to 13
No,
and a
that
half.
seems low.
Oh, man.
Only thing I think they think it's at Oklahoma. It may be close. I don't know.
I mean, Oklahoma is just not. This is Jackson Arnold, isn't it?
Yeah, you were.
But
talking
now
about
it's
how-
on, like,
you
their
texted
backup
me this week
quarterback.
about how bad he was.
He just can't. Like, it's not. I don't know that he's a bad player. I think it's more of a psychological thing. He just needs a PBR.
Or maybe play it like
He needs a couple PBRs before the game, so he's ready to go. That's what he needs. Some PBR, some Duff beer for him right before the game. Give Jackson some Duff beer so that he can loosen it up, get out there on the field, and actually show something for Oklahoma.
or go play at Austin P. And
Let's
dominate
go.
some of those schools.
Arnold's open. Let's go, P. That doesn't quite.
That doesn't ring like flies open. Let's go P.
No, I don't think Arnold's open. Let's go, P.
Well,
He might
tell
do better
you-
at P, though. I don't know. We thought Derek Mason would do better at MTSU.
I never thought that. I never. And this, if Towns is watching, I hope he is. I've never thought Derek Mason would do good at
Oh,
MTSU.
if only Derek Mason could pull it off.
You just, you're wishing with your heart on that one for sure, and that's taking you the wrong way. But I already wrote mine down on this. I think Alabama covers. I think, especially getting under 2 touchdowns, I'll take it. And matter of fact, I'll say this: you can't come after me if it doesn't happen. But I believe I'm going to parlay the spreads Vandy and Alabama this weekend
Interesting.
and win me some money. Think it's going to happen.
Parlay. Huh?
Yep, I'm going to put
So
them
Reagan
two
says
together.
the Boomer Schooner is going to tip over in the pregame, he says.
It's happened before.
It has really, the wagon's really tipped over
Yeah.
in the pregame.
Yeah. I don't think often, but it has tipped over.
That's going to be a bad sign. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, and the thing is guess who's on the hot seat?
Yeah, that's a good question. Do you think he...
We haven't talked about hot seats that much this season, but I'm telling you right now, when we
Well,
look
we're
at hot
getting
seats, we're starting to get there.
Yeah.
And Stoopy's on a hot seat, from what I've read,
Kentucky, yeah.
and so is Brendable.
Maybe next week that could be one of the questions.
Is there going to be too many games again?
Oh, gosh, maybe.
Like
We're
the
gonna have to
number of
start
games.
paying for
I think what we're going to
survey
have to do is we're going to have to start pulling the games that are out of conference and worthless.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because I want to talk about the other questions more than
I'd
I'd like to talk about hot seat more than I want to talk about. What is it? Wolford, and South Carolina. The doggy Wolford
They're terriers.
Terriers.
Yeah, the Wofford Terriers.
At least they're not dogs.
That is a dog.
No, they're
terrier?
not called dogs.
Oh, yeah. No, but a terrier. I
They're
was
terrier.
like,
It is
what?
a
Yeah.
dog, but they're
Yeah.
not called dogs.
The Wofford dog.
The problem is we have too many dogs.
There is a lot of dogs.
There's a lot of dogs.
Yep. And one of
I
them,
mean, just in the SEC, there's
Bulldogs, 2 Bulldogs.
2 bulldogs.
Is that it, though?
Maybe that's it.
2 out of 16 teams.
Reagan knows all about the mascots. Reagan, how many dog mascots are there? I bet he knows that number.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
There's got to be a ton of them. Now, but you can't count terriers. You can't count terriers.
Terrier. I grew up on a farm with a lot of terriers out there.
Can't count them terriers.
Golly, you just got country all of a sudden.
Sure did, didn't I?
Where'd your degrees go when you said that? They went out the window.
We went back to Redneck, Tennessee, baby.
Yeah.
The mountains. The mountains.
So, yeah, okay, Alabama, Oklahoma, 13.5.
Oh, Reagan wants to know, are we just counting Bulldogs?
I guarantee there's a lot of just Bulldogs.
It probably is.
Sanford,
Yeah, let's just count Bulldogs, Reagan. Give us a
There's
number.
Sanford Bulldogs in Alabama. Sanford University Bulldogs. I know
Yep.
them. I think there's only 3 Bulldogs. No, there's more.
Let's see if Google says this is something people have searched before.
How many Bulldogs?
How
in
many
college
Bulldogs in
football?
college football? So people have searched this.
Yeah.
And this is higher than how many Bulldogs has Georgia had, how many Bulldogs are there, and how many Bulldogs are in the world. How many Bulldogs in college football is the highest one? Oh my goodness. 43 universities have a Bulldog mascot.
Including 15 Division I schools.
Jeez.
Huh. Pretty cool. Scroll
That
down,
makes
I bet it tells you
Georgia
the
how
schools.
not unique. Yale is a Bulldog?
Yeah,
I didn't realize
yeah,
Yale
that
was a
is right.
Bulldog.
Okay, yeah.
Some schools. They mentioned 3 schools, and one of them is one that's relevant.
You haven't gone down to the list. You ain't scrolled far enough.
This
Jack.
is the 3 that they list as the most relevant.
Well, go down. Oh, you're not on the... Yeah, click that. There you go.
The Mocs.
Who's that?
Okay, we're going down a rabbit hole. Let's get back to college football.
Yeah, that would go...
This is a rabbit hole we could do another show on.
Just the mascots. That's cool.
That'd be an interesting
That would be
show.
a fun one. We could do that when it
Yeah.
gets slow.
It ain't been slow this season.
No.
And I'm not sure if with the new playoff structure.
Yeah.
Chattanooga.
They're the moccasins.
Yeah, I thought they were the Mocs.
Yeah.
Is it another Chattanooga? There's another Chattanooga down
I
there.
don't know. Yeah.
Okay, so looking at the next game
No,
in the
did you
lineup.
pick?
Did I
You
pick?
didn't pick Oklahoma or what you call it, Alabama.
Okay, so
I think they're
I'm going to
covering.
continue to pick with my heart this time. Try to help people out here. So
If you say you're gonna say no cover, aren't you?
I'm going to say no cover. And I'm going to say Oklahoma wins.
Oh, that's stupid. That's just dumb. If they win, I'll buy you a pizza. I'll bring you coffee.
Here we go.
What's that
Thing
one?
had 9 lives. She just spent them all.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just spent all my 9 lives on that one.
There's no way you win this week. There's no way. Making picks like that?
Well, I'm not going to say that they win because that doesn't match our survey, right? Our survey is cover, not cover.
No,
I'm
but
gonna
I'm
say-
saying, no, I know, but picking the spreads, there's no way you win the way you're picking, you're not going to do good in picks.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we will
I'm just going to
see.
say not cover. By Bob Barker. I'm going to do Bob Barker standards, 12.5. Thank you very much.
Figure out how to score a half point.
Yep.
All right. Ooh, are we already
Reagan
here?
says someone is drinking from the toilet with that, I guess.
Yeah, I know why you picked Oklahoma.
I don't want Bama to win.
Yeah.
So this is me, once again, picking from the heart. Speaking of, talking about picking from the heart again. You going to pick from your heart this time, Michael?
Actually, yeah, and I wish I still had 9 points. Looking at this spread, Vandy at LSU. It's
Oh,
down
yeah.
to
It's
7.5.
gone from 9 to 7.5. I've already pre-picked this one, so I don't have a choice at this point. Remember I said Vandy's going to cover every game? So that means LSU does not cover.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. 7, and I like that half point. So if they lose by a touchdown, we still win.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So I'm with you. We'll talk about this game a little more. Let me write no cover down.
Reagan, you missed it. I won the
yeah.
picks last week, buddy.
And you finished. What did you finish? You were 4-4, so you.
I won the picks at 6-2, Reagan,
Yeah.
and you went 4-4.
So yeah, we're
And I'm
both.
trying to help everybody this week. Although I tried to help everybody last week too, and still won.
You went 6-2, trying to help everybody. So
Well, I mean, you're saying that I'm not going to win this time either, so. But I've already pre-picked all my Vanderbilt picks for the rest of the season, so I don't have a choice.
back a few weeks ago, you said they're going to cover every.
And they
spread.
screwed me the first week out.
Ooh, I like Reagan says they're going to upset LSU. I like that, but then, and part of me wants to say that could happen, but then that would
Bobby
mean
is hurt.
no, he had a week off. They had a
So
bye.
you think he's good to go now?
Yeah, I think so. And they're not very good. LSU's not very
No,
good against
LSU's
the
not.
run.
They've not looked good, period.
The only thing
you
that
couple
scares
that
me-
with Pavia running the ball, right?
The only thing that scares me about LSU, Vandy beating LSU, that would be 4 losses in a row for LSU. They've lost to Texas A&M, someone else, and then Florida, South Carolina.
someone else. They
Yeah,
lost to
couldn't
someone
reckon-
else.
Yeah, it's been 3 in a. They've lost 3 in a row.
Oh, they lost to someone else. That's okay, Michael. They lost to someone else.
But yeah, so
No one pays any attention to LSU because of the fact that they're not even in the right side of the conference and never have been.
there is no side anymore.
I know it. That's what I'm saying.
Alabama beat them here.
In my mind, they're still in the wrong side of
Is
the
that part of
conference.
their I don't think that's their losing streak. Yeah, it is.
They lost to Bama. They
So
lost
it
to
was
Florida.
Texas A&M, Bama,
lost to A&M.
Florida. Yeah, 3 in a row. They've lost 3 in a row. Texas A&M.
I tell you,
Bama.
Arkansas's strength of schedule, they have just screwed Tennessee royally. Tennessee really screwed the pooch when they did that game.
Yeah, they shouldn't have lost to Arkansas.
Yep, they screwed the pooch on that game.
So the reason I have hope for Vanderbilt here, kind of touched on
They
it
beat
earlier.
Ole Miss. LSU
Yeah,
is the team
yeah.
that beat Ole Miss.
Yeah.
One of the teams that beat Ole Miss.
In Kentucky.
So, Kentucky.
Kentucky and LSU beat Ole Miss.
See, that's where Ole Miss screwed the pooch.
Yeah, I mean yeah.
Like, this is just like cluster.
Yeah, but we're talking about Vandy LSU right now. I'm trying to tell you why I have Vandy has hopes. Did you not hear yourself interrupt me?
Vandy has hope.
Yeah, in this game.
Hope for what?
I'm about to tell you why there's hope for Vandy in this game. And I touched on it.
Why did they want to win? No, I'm not saying that they... I'm saying, what is their drive to want to win?
Who?
Vandy.
To
Honestly, this game, is it even relevant?
yeah, to get a better bowl game.
Quality of bowl game?
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, the reason they have hope in doing this is LSU's terrible against the run. I told you the Florida stat. In 18 minutes, Florida rushed for 113 yards, averaged 6 yards a carry. Milroe, when they played them, Milroe rushed for 185 yards and 4 touchdowns. Bama as a team ran for over 300 yards against LSU in that game.
Man, you're right. LSU can't stop nobody.
Yeah, so if Vandy controls the ball and scores, they're liable. Pavia is liable to run for 150 yards. Their running back's liable to get 100 yards. Alexander, I believe, is their main guy. But, I mean, that's what's crazy. And then Pavia's only got to be efficient, and he's very efficient as a passer, like maybe 3rd and 5, just complete the pass for a first down and then keep running.
Does LSU have any sacks all season?
Oh, I would say they have I don't know what, yeah.
How many sacks? That
They
is a
gotta have
search.
sacks,
That's a big
yeah.
search. How many sacks does LSU have this
Team
year?
stats. Click on team
This
stats.
one right here?
No, that's player.
Down here.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, that's what,
Is there a defense section here?
it should be. Yeah, go back up. It should be. But
Sacks? No.
no, go back up and click on defense. Team. Oh,
There's nothing else.
scroll down.
I just scrolled down.
All the way down.
All the way down to the
Oh,
funky looking
well,
ads
they
at the
only
bottom.
show offensive stats.
I don't know.
That's weird.
I don't know.
Well, you can go to. Yeah,
Defense, here we go.
yeah, they got several. Scroll to the bottom though to tell you the total sacks. 28. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I was
How
just
many
curious.
games have they played? 9, 10,
10 maybe.
10 games. So that's almost 3 sacks a game.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I like it. But yeah, that's the hope. If Vandy runs the ball, controls it, I think they can cover the spread and win, possibly win.
So when you're in the stretch and you have no SEC championship to play for, you have no national championship to play for, it's quality of bowl now.
Yeah, and when you're at Vandy, it's to prove that you can win at Vandy because everybody just thinks that you should have an automatic chip on your shoulder if you play at Vandy.
Because everybody assumes you're going to lose.
Yeah. Because people are probably going, oh, look, they got bowl eligible, but they're not going to get more than 6 wins.
So is there a bowl that they're going to go to other than the Music City Bowl?
Possibly. If they won out, if they went 8-4, they get a decent bowl.
What is it? Isn't it the
I don't know.
off SEC Bowl is the Citrus Bowl? Isn't that what they always joke about?
The what?
The Citrus Bowl is where all the SEC teams go that don't do anything?
Yeah. But now, because you have the playoffs, it's going to be a little different.
It'd be a shakeup.
Yeah. I don't know exactly.
Not sure how that's going to fall out.
But I think Vandy has a chance. But then, also you can see Vandy messing up. But I do think they have a chance. So we both say cover.
But I don't have a choice.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Moving on.
let's see here. So we got Vandy LSU. Next game is Old Drinky. Now, this feeds my Drinky conversation. So you notice, what is this spread? 7.5 is all the spread there is between Missouri and Mississippi State.
That's surprising. That is.
Mississippi State. Drinky. What's going on, Drinky? Oh, you're going to lose to Mississippi State, Drinky?
Maybe.
I'm going to say they don't cover. This is how much I hate Drinky.
Really?
Yep. I think the spread is tight. In all honesty, if I wasn't going with my hate for Drinky,
Yeah, that's.
I would say that they're going to cover that easily.
You say no cover.
Okay, maybe I should actually try.
It's in Mississippi State. Not that matters, but I mean,
Enough cowbells in your ear?
have you ever been to a game at
I've heard
Mississippi
it's
State?
crazy.
We went one time.
And like there's signs, and there's signs that say no
Yeah,
cowbells, and everybody
that's
just
what-
carries the cowbell in.
Look, we're walking in. We went back. It's been a while. I think it was 2008. We went, and before you're walking into the stadium, their sign says no cowbells. Listen, everybody's got them. People had holsters with cowbells in them on their side. Not like, oh, we're doing concealed carry. It's this great big cowbell on the
We're
side.
not concealed carrying any cowbell.
Yeah, I mean, it's out in the open on their hip, and they're getting ready to draw and start ringing that thing. It's crazy. Like, that sign has to be...
I thought there were actually signs posted because the SEC required them to post the sign.
it's all it is.
And the SEC mandates that they're not allowed to have cowbells, but they do it anyway.
Oh, that sign is so when the SEC people show up, they're like, well, we got the sign.
We told them not to bring the cowbell.
Yeah. It's crazy. But it was the craziest thing. And that's what makes you like the SEC so much, though. It was cool.
Oh, I know what this one is.
Boom shakalaka!
Yeah, we had that last week.
Yep.
NBA Jams.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a boom shakalaka, right? If I'm a Mississippi State fan, that's a boom shakalaka.
To have the
To have the sign and then
Oh, yeah.
everybody walks in with the holsters with the cowbells.
That's a middle finger to the SEC.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
It's great.
for sure.
So
Yeah.
good.
No, that's cool.
This is the new coach, right? So he's not going to be on the hot seat.
No, he'll get one more year. But if he's 2-8 at this point next year, 2-8 next year, they might get rid of him. Because remember, they lost to Kent. No, somebody not good. Toledo.
That
At
was that
home.
them?
Yeah, it was Mississippi State. So if he does one of those next year, and he's like 2-8 or 3-7 at this point, he would
Yeah,
be.
because this was the game where we said, "Oh, Mississippi State's so bad that they lost to Toledo,"
Yeah.
and Toledo like lost to everybody.
Yeah, then they went and lost to Western Kentucky. Now, Toledo was decent up to that point, but
Maybe at that point,
yeah.
Western Kentucky.
Where? Toledo beat Western Kentucky.
Gotcha.
Or lost to Western the very
That's
next
what
week.
it was.
Yeah,
That's
see
what
right
it
there,
was.
because we were like, well, maybe Toledo's good.
They beat Mississippi State and then they lost to Western
Yeah.
Kentucky.
And they lost to Buffalo. Then they lost to Bowling Green, not Western.
But you
Bowling
know
Green,
who they
Ohio.
did beat? Northern Illinois.
And who did Northern Illinois beat?
Is Jason around?
No, he's not.
He's not around tonight.
The one time we're going to give a shout out. Oh, it's a bad shout out to Notre Dame. Yeah.
He'll
wants
listen to the
miss
show
this.
tomorrow night with his
Yeah.
wife and be like, "Dang it, Jared!"
Yeah. This is for you, Jason. Northern Illinois. They're a dog. Husky. Mascot.
Yep. Yeah, we need to find out before the next show. We need to find out about all the dogs. Reagan says, "Be careful about the Hilltoppers. Big Red will put you in his belly." The big blood clot.
Speaking of mascots, Big Red's a cool mascot, too.
The big blood clot.
Yeah, he's just a big top of a hill. Big blob.
Hilltopper.
Yep. So what did I say on this? Getting back to this game, we got off a rabbit hole there.
Okay, so what was your pick on this one?
You said no cover. I think Missouri's going to cover. I've been secretly hoping they would lose too, but they always seem not to.
Drinky seems to pull it out.
Yeah.
He's already bowl eligible.
Yeah. I mean,
He's 7-3. He could be.
If he wins out, he's 9-3.
He's in the same
sorry,
category
I
as
screwed it
South
back.
Carolina. Like that just blows my mind.
Yeah.
I just can't.
Yeah. I got Missouri to cover.
You know, and now I'm starting to worry that I'm picking all these picks, and my numbers are gonna be blown up now.
They are. They're going to be awful. But hey, I've already written them down. You can't white it out. It's a non-white-outable pen. It's a special pen.
This is the curse of having bad internet. Reagan says Missouri will cover.
Yeah.
Have we lost all of our other viewers?
No,
Penelope is still
We
chatting
still
with
got
us.
some hanging on in there somewhere.
They're just like, yeah, these games we don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
them. Speaking of, let's keep it going. Let's talk about a game that I really think is going to matter. And I'm going to tell you something. Here's the deal. And this is going to be you want some crazy talk?
Yeah, and I'm going to...
You going to boo me?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. So let's take a look first, right? Looking at what we're looking at here. Okay, so Texas A&M and Auburn. Look at the spread on this. Texas A&M is
that's
picked to
crazy.
win by 2.5. So what do people know that we don't know?
I don't know.
Auburn is 4-6. Texas A&M is 8-2. Texas A&M is in the conversation for the SEC championship.
Yeah.
And Auburn is like the third worst, fourth worst team in the conference. And Texas A&M is only expected to beat them by 2.5. Now, here's the deal. This goes back to the conversation I had about schedules.
Yeah.
Texas A&M and Texas do not have schedules that are worth anything.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah, I guess. I agree Texas has a weak schedule for SEC week. But did Texas A&M?
Who is their best win? Now, if they beat Texas, That's clearly their best win.
So Texas A&M's beat Missouri, LSU, Mississippi State.
Okay, you know my
Arkansas.
feelings on Missouri. You know my feelings on LSU. They lost to South Carolina.
Yeah, that's the only SEC loss.
And who else? Oh, wait. Their last 2 SEC games are the next 2 games.
They did something Tennessee couldn't do. Beat Arkansas.
By what?
More than Tennessee
21 to
did.
17? It's like the reverse of what Tennessee did. Because if I remember correctly, Tennessee's game was like 17 to 21.
They still
wasn't it?
won. They beat Florida, Missouri, LSU. Yeah, they've gotten lucky they hadn't had to play Georgia or Alabama, but
Yep. And the only big game they're going to play is going to be
Texas.
Texas. Now, that also throws in the face of my comment.
I know, like 4 games ago.
Throws in the face of my comment about that. But the truth of the matter is,
You
if
said-
you've got 2 people who have weak schedules playing each other, and that's the relevance of that game, is who's going to go to the SEC championship?
The way you're talking, it ain't going to be relevant. You think Auburn's going to beat Texas A&M.
I didn't say that.
You wanted to until you realized what you said
I wanted
20
to.
minutes ago about Texas A&M beating Texas.
And I'm going to pick it.
What are you picking? Your nose?
Texas A&M does not cover. So guess what that means?
Pretty much Auburn's going to win.
Yep.
Man, all right, all year, like, I don't know why people think Auburn's bad this year. They suck as bad as
Hugh Freeze's butt is on
Mississippi
fire.
State.
Hugh Freeze's butt is on fire.
He's a head case. He couldn't coach himself out of a wet paper bag right
That's
now.
not what people said whenever he was performing at Liberty.
He's not at Liberty anymore. That was a
I don't care what he's not
school
at.
playing small
He's
teams.
desperate now.
Yeah. No, he's going to... Texas A&M's going to cover. That's what I say. Because I just don't think Auburn...
Reagan
Auburn
says
doesn't
it's a
have it.
terrible spread.
Yeah.
That deserves the old lady booing from the Princess Bride.
It's not the old lady, but it's Boone. Yeah.
Here's the 411, folks. Say some gangsta is dissing your fly.
Dissing my fly girl over at
Give him one of
Auburn
these.
now. Give him one of these.
Like, all right, what has Auburn done that you think they're going to beat Texas A&M?
This is my week to pick the underdogs. I am underdog week this week. That's what I'm going to be.
Well, did I write it down that you're not going to win this?
I want chaos. I want chaos to ensue, and I'm going to wish it into being.
Well, then Texas A&M losing is not going to help your chaos.
It's going to create more chaos.
No, you need them. Oh, lose this week and win that the
Ding!
following week. Okay.
Ding! That's what I want to see. Bobby says.
Yeah.
So wait a second. So that if I do the Bob Barker, then that means that Texas A&M is
You
1.5,
No.
1.25.
No, you need. Oh. You're right.
Texas A&M 1.25.
Yeah. Yeah.
Play the Bob Barker again. I like it.
Yeah, you do.
That
Oh, it didn't work.
That and I like turtles.
I like turtles.
Just for you. But
I like
you're-
turtles. Always makes me laugh.
Look, I'm glad that's going to make you laugh because you're going to be so sad when you're at the bottom of the pick pile next week. The pick pile.
If we
on
look
the
at if
board.
we look at the numbers across the board, though, even if I bomb this week, it's kind of like Tennessee making it to the SEC championship.
I guess mathematically Tennessee's out of the SEC championship. Do you think or no? Or is it
I think
still
there was a thing
possible?
about like there was a 0.02% or 0.2% or something crazy like that. So
Yeah.
like it's way out there.
Yeah.
Like there's got to be a combination of like Auburn beating A&M,
right.
Kentucky beating Texas. Like there's, I think there was like a
It's still-
whole,
Yeah.
there's like this minefield of things that have to happen to force Tennessee into the SEC championship.
Yeah. Crazy.
They were like, but there still is very,
Yeah.
very,
So you're saying there's a chance.
so you're saying there's
Yeah.
a chance. And it was the same thing with like my numbers on Ole Miss and Tennessee getting in there were way far off from
Yeah.
happening, even before the Georgia loss. It was still far off.
Right.
But I would have
Oh,
loved to have seen
no.
that.
No. If Tennessee would have been Georgia, they would have been almost.
No, but Ole Miss and Tennessee facing each other.
Oh, Yeah.
That was like very unlikely.
that. I told you that. Ole Miss.
I know.
'cause
But I was
the
hopeful.
losses they had early
I like to
on.
see Tennessee beat Kiffin, but they may still be able to have an opportunity if they make it into the national championship play. So
I'm telling you, I want Tennessee Texas to play.
that may happen too.
It would have been cool. In
That's the
SEC
power of the new
championship.
national championship, right?
Oh yeah. The playoffs going to be great. It is. It's going
so
to be
exciting.
I mean, some people obviously, and that's going to be if you said 90 teams can get in, still somebody's going to be mad, right?
Oh yeah, there's still going to be
with
somebody
12, but that's what makes it fun, though, is people being mad, people being happy, people arguing and debating.
Well, it's better than if you just said, "Hey, we're going to have a playoff of all the conference champions," because that was an option too.
Yeah. So let's say it was last year. Who's the 4 that are in right now? If there was only 4 getting in, Oregon.
That's an interesting conversation.
Oregon's in. Shoosh.
I don't know.
See, I don't-
SEC may not be in at all.
I know.
If it wasn't for the new national championship structure, all these losses that they've got, SEC would be out of the picture altogether.
No, I think the SEC champion would get in still.
At the
'Cause
last
you
minute.
have that, yeah.
At the last minute.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't be sure until the very last minute who the champion was.
Because Miami
There's
would
no
not
gap.
be, but Miami would not be one of the 4 in my opinion right now. Because they were taking just conference champ. Like Oregon would be the only one for sure that I'm thinking.
See, I think Ohio State and Bama would get it just because they're Ohio State and Bama.
Really,
Yep.
and leave Penn State out of it.
Yep.
And Indiana, no, they might. If right now Indiana be one of the 4 because they're undefeated, I bet. Be Oregon, Indiana, Ohio. They're not going to leave. They wouldn't even in.
Florida State got screwed.
Yeah, that's true. Were they undefeated last year?
Totally undefeated.
Then Indiana may have been.
Even
out.
won their conference championship.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. The ACC doesn't carry any.
Any weight at all.
Yeah.
Although it will this year.
Yeah. Well. So, all right. Is there one?
And that's
more
because
game?
Pac-12 fell apart, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one more game. And this is going to be the other shocker. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
now going against Ole Miss?
Nope.
Yeah. I might have like.
I'm going to pick Ole Miss to cover the spread.
What is this? Oh, 10.5.
And this is because I feel like this guilt-ridden.
Let's get ready to
Oh, are you about to pick against me?
No, probably not. I mean, Florida's playing
So
good.
let me get this straight. So
Playing well, I
you
should say.
played. Let's get ready to rumble,
ready to rumble.
and you acted like, oh, I'm gonna pick against you. I'm gonna pick against you, and then, no,
Yeah.
not today.
It was the suspense. Everybody was like, oh, here it is. And then you're like, no.
The moment of Michael's
Yeah.
suspense.
I know how to, bring a crowd along.
You get
with
the
me.
audience involved.
Yeah. See, they liked it.
They like it when you get them involved.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why they
We
come
need to
back.
do. We need to do an inside the what do they call it? Inside the locker room, where they show like the back end, how it's really going down.
No, we can't let them see this.
Thousands of people in the audience.
Yeah, all them out there. Yeah, see everybody. They would be surprised how many real imaginary audience members we have. Guarantee they'd be shocked.
A shock, shock and all.
Yeah. So Ole Miss at Florida. So
Reagan says this is going to be a shootout. I don't know. Ole Miss's defense looked pretty good last time I saw
in
them.
Florida's, yeah. What's the over under 55.5? Yeah,
high
I'm
number.
not sure.
I'm not sure about that either.
Yeah, I don't know if it'd get crazy. Like, is he saying like both teams in the 30s, or
Yeah, I think he's saying that they're going to be super high into the high scoring numbers.
like a 27-21 maybe? I could see.
Man, look at the gap
Yeah.
on the money line.
Yeah, that's always. I mean, if you're a 10.5 point underdog, the money line's going to be a decent.
Big number.
Yeah, it's not out of reach, but it'd pay decent.
Is that how the parlays work? So I could cover the spread and then pick the money line to offset?
No. You could pick the money line and the over under, but you can't pick spread and money line. Typically, I don't. I could be wrong. But yeah, typically you do like spread over under or money line over under.
So you're going to pick Ole Miss to cover? So is this going to be the
I'm not
be the
sure.
spoiler where now I don't have a chance
No, I
because
want
you're not
to.
going to offset me?
What did Ole Miss do last week? Were they off? I think they were.
I think they had a bye, didn't they?
Yeah.
But you know they beat MTSU, so that says a lot.
Yeah. So did.
Yeah, they had a bye because Georgia didn't play them last
Yeah.
week. They played them 2 weeks ago. And then they got Mississippi State to end the season. This is like they're ending the season with the two worst teams. No, Oklahoma's down there.
Yeah, no, Florida has gotten stronger here.
Florida's
I don't
come
know if
back
you'd
here
say
at the
one of the
end.
worst. Yeah. I don't know.
Just for the record, I don't have COVID. I don't have the flu. I just got allergies.
Yeah. So, audience members, you will not
Sorry.
catch COVID,
Nope, not going to catch COVID today.
and they're happy about that. So yeah, I don't know. This one's like it can be close, and you still cover the 10.5.
Bobby says if Ole Miss brings that same defense, it won't make the over.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to make the over. It might be right at it, but I don't think.
Reagan says Florida will keep it close with the run game.
Yeah, which would then hurt your under if Florida can control the ball and the clock, keep it lower scoring. Then they might have a chance. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna say Florida covers. I don't think they win. I'll say cover because right now at 10.5, if they lose by 10, I'll win.
Okay, so
Right?
you say this is a cover, not cover. Ole
So,
Miss
no
is
cover.
favored. So you were saying no cover
Yeah.
for Ole Miss, and I'm saying that Ole Miss covers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Ole Miss's offensive stats, I just can't.
Yeah.
We can't walk away from them.
Florida's
And their
defense,
offensive
tough.
stats combined with Tennessee's defensive stats is why I was putting them both in the SEC championship. But, you know, it doesn't really matter now because Tennessee got smoked. So,
Yep. So you going Ole Miss cover or no?
yeah,
I'm saying no.
I'm going to
you're
take Ole
saying
Miss cover. Yep.
Okay.
So we'll be at odds on that one.
Yep. We're at odds on several.
Well, some of them are at odds on
two,
my heart.
3,
So
4, 5, 6,
we're at odds on Drinky, aren't we?
7 of them.
Because I said Drinky wasn't going to cover.
Yeah.
And you said he's going to
I
cover.
think they will.
I mean, it's Mississippi State. I think statistically they should cover that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just not. After Tennessee's loss, I just can't. I'm just so bitter. I feel like there should be like some kind of music here where we just.
You're just bitter. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm bitter.
Well, I got to share this because it was kind of a funny or dumb question, but a friend of mine just texted back when you said about Vanderbilt, why do they want to win? Why would they want to win?
I don't know.
You play to win the game.
I'm gonna be honest. I felt like they didn't play to win the game on the previous games they just recently played. Like the looks on Pavia's face after that lawsuit.
Oh yeah. That
So
was
let's-
maybe a distraction, but I mean, yeah,
Maybe
they
a
wanna-
distraction.
But look, why you're not when you say Vandy though, it's not just Pavia.
Oh,
it's
it is
the
just
whole
Pa-
team.
absolutely
No.
not.
Every single
It
player
is-
wants to win that game.
It is just Pavia. It is.
No, you're getting confused. If you think Vandy, you think every other player, then they're like, oh, he don't want to win, so we don't want to win.
Oh, I can't believe that's the logo. That's
Yeah.
that's the first image you see is the
That's
girl kicker.
stupid, though, Jared, to think that. Pavia may be distracted, but I don't think he is.
Pavia is Vandy.
He's been a big part, but that doesn't mean the players don't want to win. Gosh, I hope they win this week now for you. You make me.
You hope
mad.
they blow the snot out of LSU.
Yeah. No, I don't know why they wanted to win so bad.
When I watched them play against Ball State, it was like Pavia was just out there just doing whatever, not really doing it. And then it came down to the end, and okay, we got to win.
Did what he needed.
I got to win now.
Yeah.
I got to turn it on. And like when they went and played Texas, the post game, Pavia was walking around, chatting it up and hanging out with the Texas people more than he was anybody. And I
He's
worry.
from Texas.
I worry
Or from
That
the Southwest. I think he's from New
Pavia is
Mexico.
about the Pavia show, and not about Vanderbilt.
Well, oh, okay. I probably.
But what you're
hold
saying
on,
is
hold on.
you're saying that Pavia, for being about the Pavia show, should say, "Hey, we
Hey.
need to win every game."
Oh, well, wait a minute, though. I can go on every single team in the country. Nico's more about Nico than anybody else. You can
Well, that
say
may be true.
Samson is. Yeah, it is true. If you take over $1 million NIL, it's about you and not the team.
But South
That's what
Carolina,
today
28-7.
So, yeah. They just stopped Pavia. If you stop them, if you slow them down, and then Vandy's defense doesn't do
If
anything.
you stop Pavia, it's over.
Yeah, but I'll tell you the turning point of that game. It wouldn't have been 28-7. Vandy may have won at that point. Early in the first half, maybe second quarter. I think it was first quarter. Vandy recovers a fumble on South Carolina's 15-yard line. If they score, they go up early, and the momentum's all them. I bet they win it. Yeah, it was only first quarter, but I bet they win the game. But you know what they do? 2 plays later, they fumble it, and then South Carolina goes down.
It was like an immediate,
and is the
almost
first to
like they
score.
fumbled
Yeah.
it almost immediately again.
Yeah, 2 plays later. I was watching.
Yeah.
So, I don't think, like, you just saying that, oh, Pavia, well, we can name every star on every team right now. It's the Carson Beck is all
You
about
don't think
Carson Beck. He bought
Vanderbilt?
himself a
You
Lamborghini.
don't think Vanderbilt's going to be looking past the Tennessee?
No. They better? No. Going down to Death Valley? No. No way. They've had a week off. They'll worry about Tennessee after the end of that. I think it's a bigger win to go to LSU for Vanderbilt right now, to win at LSU than to lose to number 10 Tennessee. Now, if they go down there and then Tennessee becomes, but I think you get huge talk. Because then you know how big the Tennessee-Vandy game would be if they go into that game
And
after
beat
beating
LSU?
Yeah. Then the talk is built up, and here we go. Nashville's going to be crazy next week.
Yeah, because it's going to be at Vandy.
Yeah. So they want to go down there, beat LSU, and then come back, and then the hype of that. It'll be a fun week from Sunday till next Saturday if they were to come back. Yeah,
It'll
no,
be
they
all they
wanna
talk
win.
about.
Yeah, yeah. I think. And I mean, yeah.
When I picked Vandy to cover because I picked it for the whole season.
Yeah, you said.
But they broke my heart whenever I
so
said,
you're
"Oh,
out for, yeah, you want them, you just want revenge now. Jeez. And it makes for better talk if Vanderbilt beats LSU. Our show is
Yeah.
much better next week.
it's because you're the Vandy guy."
Well, and getting ready for Tennessee, and we have a lot of
We'll build
Vandy
up.
Tennessee
We'll build up to
people.
Tennessee. Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
have a lot
it
of
would be
Tennessee
great.
fans watching. Except for Reagan.
Yeah, yeah. He wants. He probably wants Auburn to win.
Yeah, so then Alabama can
And
turn
then-
around and beat them.
Yeah, to make that seem like a better win. But I think Auburn's no good, so it ain't gonna matter.
I think you're probably right.
Vandy went down and beat them.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I want to stir the pot. I want
Yeah.
anybody who's ranked to lose. So
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
I guess I shouldn't. I guess I should say, hey, I want really good games to be played
Yeah.
because I'm going to be watching them. So
And then I think it's going to lead. I think next week is going to be fun because then we're going to really be able to see what could happen for playoffs for SEC. You know what I mean? Because nothing clinches this week.
Speaking of-
Nothing clinches this week for SEC championship, for any conference championship, I don't think.
I think LSU's coach gets fired if Vandy wins.
Ooh, possibly. Possibly.
He's already had all kinds of drama around players. Remember all that? Have you seen all that? He was screaming at players and players screaming back at him and all this other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, see, Reagan, LSU, a win at LSU means something for Vandy.
Brian Kelly.
Yeah.
How long has he been at LSU?
Only 2 or 3 years, maybe.
Came from Notre Dame. Was he the head coach at Notre Dame?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And now he fails at LSU and gets fired?
If you call it failure. Well, I guess if you lose, if you go,
If you get fired, I think that's failure.
yeah. Well, you think he'll get fired this year? Possibly.
I don't know. Lose to Vandy?
Yeah, because that'd put them at 6-5. I don't know who they play. Will they play Arkansas at the end?
They're still bowl eligible. Is that
Yeah.
relevant in LSU?
They wouldn't be excited about a 6-6 season, I don't think. LSU wouldn't.
So 2022, 2023. So this is his third
Third
season.
year, yeah.
Lost his third season opener.
They say the payout, Reagan said the payout for Brian Kelly's insane. I don't know what his payout would be, but
Well, they could just treat it like Auburn did and make payments for eternity.
anymore, that payout, I don't think any school
Nobody even cares about it anymore.
Because if they did,
They want to win that. They want to win so bad, and they got
Yeah.
plenty of money. LSU's got lots of money.
Yeah, $60 million. Reagan thinks if they fire him. Yeah, but what did Jimbo get? Texas A&M. I mean, I think in the end these schools don't care anymore. They just pay whatever they think. I don't know, but yeah, it's got to be Jimbo.
Jimbo Fisher, largest college buyout at $76 million.
Did you see Kirby Smart's buyout? $92 million.
Jeez.
So
$92 million Kirby
Yeah.
Smart buyout.
Brian Kelly's is $70 million at LSU.
Third one.
Yeah.
James Franklin is a $64 million. Oh my
That's crazy.
gosh. Man, this is something to talk about. Maybe we should take
Yeah.
a break from talking about games and talk about this.
We could. That and mascots. There's a lot to talk about
I
outside
mean, this is
games.
interesting.
Oh, did you see what?
Nick Saban's buyout was only $44 million. Ohio State, Ryan Day at Ohio State's only 46. Heupels is 46. Stoopy is $51 million buyout.
Good gosh. That's crazy.
Kentucky's going to struggle to go, oh, maybe we shouldn't do the buyout. Wow.
Maybe.
Wow. And remember we were talking about Auburn's buyout. Malzahn was only $21 million.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Crazy.
Wow. James Franklin negotiated a deal, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Kelly really negotiated a deal. I mean, when
That's what these
A&M brought in
coaches do,
Jimbo
man. They're the
Fisher,
agents.
like it was all about the biggest money known to mankind.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Kirby Smart makes him look like a dwarf.
I know, 92. I didn't know that.
That's
He
crazy.
had that big one. So he's there for a
Now,
while.
I mean, he's made things happen, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like this Nick Saban number shocks me. That
Oh,
seems
yeah.
so low.
Yeah.
So low.
Well, he probably set the standard, and then everybody else, because as they had success.
Oh, and then everybody else is like, hey, we got to
Yeah.
pay more. We got to pay
Yes.
more. We got to pay more.
Yeah. That's a good. Bobby Sellon said if Vandy were to win, you'd move the Vandy UT game to Nissan Stadium. That'd be cool. That's not going to happen. They wouldn't move
How
the
cool
game.
would it be if the Vandy UT game at some point in the future played in the new Nissan Stadium.
The new one. That'd be cool.
That
They
would be
did a
awesome.
few years back.
Then the old one.
Yeah, well, the one that's there now.
Yeah, the one that's there now. But, I mean, I feel like that's, and I guess it'd feel like a Music City Bowl.
The first year that the new Titan Stadium, the Nissan Stadium opens, I think Vandy and Tennessee should do it.
Absolutely.
I think it'd be cool.
Like a neutral site almost, but it's really not a
Well, no.
neutral site.
No, there's more. It's a home game for UT in Nashville.
I don't know. This is the new Vandy you just said a little while ago.
It doesn't matter. Vandy won't pull if there's what 60,000.
Doesn't matter about
people.
Pavia. Pavia is not all Vandy.
But
Vandy's not all Pavia. Vandy is Vandy.
never- yeah, but they've never pulled.
They can do it without Pavia.
Even with Pavia, fans ain't showing up. That's been a Vandy problem since dinosaurs walked the earth. I mean, yeah, if you
I don't know. That Vandy student section looked pretty pumped.
yeah, it's getting
And
better.
I thought
but
they actually filled up half the stadium on, what was that one game, that big game that they played? Who was it that they played that was at Vandy? Such a huge game.
if it was in Nissan Stadium, it's going to be 15,000 Vandy fans, and if it's 60,000, it'll be then 45,000 UT fans. That's just what it is. It sucks, but that's what it is, and what it probably will always be.
It was the Texas game that it was like, when
Yeah.
you look at the stadium, half of it was actually Vandy.
That's pretty good, and it's getting there. And this year is going to help them for next year, but
And I mean, that was following, right? Vanderbilt beat Alabama. Vanderbilt beat Kentucky. Vanderbilt finished off Ball State at the end. And then they were facing Texas. And it was like, oh, Vandy's going to
Yeah.
win Texas too.
Bobby beat me to it. I was trying to listen to you, but Reagan says Vandy would lose the home field advantage. I hope he was joking. They've never had a home field advantage.
Yeah, they never had one.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it, right? We went back to Vanderbilt somehow. But it's going to be a fun week. We'll be back before Thanksgiving, right?
Yep. Next show will be Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Go on, if you're watching, go make your picks.
SECfootballreview.com. Hopefully your internet works better than ours.
We had 9 people pick last week, so we're
Great
hovering
numbers.
around 9 and 10. Yeah,
We'd like to break that double-digit number.
Yeah, we did one time. Let's get up 12.
Have we hit
15.
11 yet?
No.
So if we get 11, then we've broken a record.
Yeah. So please go pick. It's been fun. It's fun interacting. Thank you for watching.
Hey, I want you to know, folks, y'all are a great audience. You do not know how much it means statistically to have folks listening to the show for an extended period of time. I'm going to try to figure out the internet problem. We'll fix that.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that issue, and we'll see you next Wednesday, right?
Yep. This has been
All
a
right.
Scott Social Media production.